Pep Talk UK, Pro Beez in the building. I'm delighted to be joined by the man himself. Yes, he is here, a resident of London town, Sheffield, Doncaster, worldwide. It is Dave Coldwell. How you doing?
Alright, mate. How are you?
Not too bad at all. So, I need your expert opinion. You've been in boxing for quite a while. You know your P's and Q's. You know what's what. And I know that you watch Errol Spence Jr. versus Mikey Garcia. Errol Spence coming out on top.
Staying up all night, watching the fights. That's where you got to do it.
A few Red Bulls to stay up and watch the fight. So, how do you see the fight? Because a lot of people said, you know, it was a one-sided kind of fight. Mikey Garcia had no chance, and they were proven right. It was really one-sided.
Well, going into the fight, I didn't think. I've been a big fan of Errol Spence for a long time, since before I turned pro, when he was a pro, when I was an amateur, and watched his progress all the way through. I've always liked him, always rated him. Obviously, he's, you know, as the last couple of years have gone on, he's stepped up into bigger and better fights. Mikey Garcia is a legend. You know what he's achieved has been fantastic, but the size difference was massive. You know, and the thing is, some of the memes on social media were quite funny before the fight, and when you actually see the two standing beside each other, you can see the size difference. Yeah, definitely. The thing is, you can give away size disadvantage to guys that aren't on the same sort of level as you. When you're in front of somebody who's got boxing skills, you know, people always talk about, oh yeah, Spencer's body punching and he's strong, he's going to be too strong, too big. Yes, he's always going to be too strong and too big, but the fact that also he has skills himself. I mean, he's got a very underrated jab. His foot movement, although it's not flash, it's very, very measured. And so, you know, add that to the fact that yes, he's strong, and yes, his body punches did take effect later on. It was always going to be a tough task, and the one-sidedness, one-sided nature of the fight, it's kind of like what I saw. I did fancy Spence to stop him late on. Was it round 9 when it looked like Garcia was going round 9? I kind of thought that Spence Garcia started struggling with the physicality of things from round 7 onwards, and I expected to stop anything from round 9 onwards. But he went the distance, showed a lot of heart, huge, fantastic chin, you know, to be able to take those sort of shots as well. So he did really well in what he did, but he was completely outclassed, and you know, you can't compete at that sort of weight. It's one weight division just too far. Where do you think Mikey Garcia comes from here? Does he go back down to 135? Go down. Whether he chooses to go to 135 or 140, I think he'll probably go to 140. I would hope that he doesn't stay at 147. But I know that his family beforehand had said that they weren't too keen on the Spence fight, but it was Garcia that wanted it. Sorry, it was Mikey that wanted it. But I don't know. I think he'll probably go to 140, but I think the best of him is at 135. 135, no doubt. In terms of Errol Spence Jr., the man himself, I mean, he wanted the Keith Thurman fight, that ain't happening. Yeah. Sean Porter ain't happening. Yeah. Crawford is tied up. A lot of big fights out there for him. The fight that I would love to see is Spence and Crawford. I've always said that, I would love to see that fight. But I think the fight that he's going to get looks like it could be Manny Pacquiao, so we'll see. Manny Pacquiao. Is he a bit too old for that type of fight? It is. Oh, let's bring in the knowledge with Dave Coldwell. Right, so Dave Coldwell just confirmed. It's been a while.
Yeah, I remember Dave Coldwell when he always just wear tracksuits and everything else. Now I can't even talk to Dave. Dave, what are you saying? Oh, not now, Spencer. I'll see you at the show. It's changed. What's happened to you? It's changed. Last time I see this guy was in Dubai for New Year's. So yeah, all of our family.
Yeah, so you go way back, old school.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, OGs in the game, right?
Don't worry about that one.
So Dave was just talking about Spence and Garcia, kind of one-sided. I mean, you did predict before that Spence would take it.
So I got big up Pep Talk. I mean, the growing connoisseurs of boxing podcasts are on your show. Yeah, you know what? It's sad. You know what? Because I think that fight's going to really affect Garcia. You know, you can't take those. Like you got look. If you look at Errol Spence, he's actually like heavyweight come fight time. You know, he's massive. and the way he sits down on his shots, he's very pinpoint accurate. He doesn't waste any punches, and I was surprised that I thought that he was going to outpoint Garcia, but I didn't think he was going to be that wide. And it was I didn't think
It was virtually every round, wasn't it?
I remember Dave tweeted he said after round 7, Garcia's going to feel it. But I didn't know that he could boss him straight away. Because Garcia, I rate Garcia.
I think Spence has got an underrated jab. That's what I said.
He's got excellent jab.
People don't talk about his jab.
He's got an excellent
body punching. They talk about his strength and he's solid and he's strong. But we don't talk about his jab. And his jab in the early rounds stopped Garcia from doing anything in the fight.
Well, it wasn't even that. It's because the jab was so hard that Garcia didn't even want to commit. Imagine that. Like someone can hit you so hard that you don't even want to commit.
His punch output was pretty low during the fight.
Yeah, well you know what? Because he was getting countered, and then even when Spence was on the back foot, he was on the back foot, and he was like, oh, let's get a little breather and I'll just come back strong on you. Spence is a very, very good fighter, and he's got up because I remember when Dave was saying and Dave is a guy that's worked in the opposite corner to Canelo, and he said that Terence Crawford is the best fighter that he's ever did. I remember Dave said this. He said this on the show with us, and I was saying, for real? And he's like, for real. But before I was staunch saying that Terence Crawford would soundly outpoint Spence. Now I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's the fight I want to see.
I'm not too sure.
I think that's the best fight out there. And the only thing I'd say is maybe that size might just have an effect. But I think the fact that Crawford is a skills he's got, the old school skills that he's got, the way he can switch, he can change angles, he's a lot more unpredictable. And has a lot more bag of tricks than what Garcia has. Garcia stands right in front of you. You know
Mexican fighters don't handle speed.
I think Crawford I still think Crawford could beat him.
You think Crawford needs to adjust a little bit more at the weight, have another couple of fights first?
No, not really.
Lloyd Honey can always just say it's not whether you're big enough to fight the weight, but if you're good enough, right? And he's good enough. He's an exceptional talent, right? But he's got to get past Amir Khan, right? And that's the truth. He's actually got to get past Amir Khan. And now the bar's been risen at 147. He's going to have to put in something special as well, which I believe that I think is a special talent. He's a very, very special talent.
So just predictions. You're on camera right now. Crawford versus Khan. How's it going to go? If you've mentioned it, the topics. How's it going to go? Predictions.
My prediction. I think Terence Crawford points. That's what I think, because if Amir Khan's up for it, Amir Khan's got faster hands in the pit pocket.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
I can see Khan winning the early rounds, but Crawford's a guy that figures you out.